You left me with the nearest ending, and I guessed all night.
Guessing is allowed, and I want to hear where you landed.
Everybody knows this one, so I do not see why it was rare.
Name the one you mean, and I will tell you if you have it.
The one where our star swells up and takes the inner worlds.
That ending is real and already told, and it is not the nearest.
Then I was guessing at the wrong end of the queue.
You were, and the nearest one has no drama in it.
Something with no drama got in front of a swelling star.
It did, and the odd part is that it is underway tonight.
Underway, as in while the two of us stand here talking.
Right now, and long before anybody could have noticed.
Then tell me the quiet thing, because I am out of guesses.
Our star is getting brighter, and tonight that is the whole story.
Brighter than what, because it looked the same yesterday?
Brighter than it was when this world of ours was brand new.
How much brighter when you are talking about a star?
Back then, it gave out about 7/10 of what it gives now.
7/10, so it has added nearly half again since then.
It has across 4,500 million years of it.
And not one person ever noticed it in all of that time.
Nobody could because it moves slower than any life ever lived.
Then how do you know, if nobody watched it happen?
The sky is full of stars at every age, so we read it off them.
Young ones and old ones, all out there at the same time.
All at once, and the older a star gets, the more it pours out.
So ours is doing the ordinary thing that all of them do.
Doing it slowly, and doing it for its entire burning life.
That is not a warning then, that is just a star being a star.
It is, and you should know why, because the reason is tidy.
Tidy would make a nice change, so go on and tell me.
A star burns in its middle, and the burning leaves something.
Leave something behind, rather like the bottom of a fire.
Very like that, and what it leaves is heavier than what burned.
So the middle keeps getting heavier while the rest stays put.
Heavier means the middle squeezes down and packs itself tighter.
And a tighter middle would get hotter, I should have thought.
Hotter and busier, so it burns harder and pushes out more light.
That is a star making itself brighter by using itself up.
Which is the same thing as growing older, for a star.
Every star out there is doing that, right now, all of them.
Yes, and we have watched enough of them to be sure of it.
Watch them though, not ours doing it in front of us.
We test the rule where we can reach it, then we run it onward.
That is the thing you spent a whole night teaching me.
It is, and I will not teach it twice, so we shall use it.
Then use it, and tell me what our own star does to us.
First the number, because afterwards is far too late for it.
You always do that, and I have stopped fighting it.
Our star adds about 1 part in 10 every 1,000 million years.
1,000 million years is a number I cannot hold at all.
Then hold this instead, because it is a length you already know.
Something I know that is anywhere near that long.
Animals with a backbone have been here 500 million years.
Every fish and bird and person, the lot of us, inside that.
All of us, and 1,000 million is twice that again.
So your number is longer than there have been bones anywhere.
Here are those two lengths of time drawn at their honest sizes.
The backbone one is half of the other one, near enough.
Yes, and both are longer than a person can properly feel.
So when you say 1,000 million, you mean properly far off.
Far off indeed, and now I can tell you what happens at the end.
Now you tell me, once the number is safely sitting in my head.
That is the rule, and you may hold me to it every single night.
I intend to, so say the thing you have been circling.
A world sitting in a brightening light gets warmer very slowly.
Warmer is not frightening. Warmer is a nice afternoon outside.
It is, until warmer water starts leaving the sea for the air.
Water goes up all the time, and that is only weather happening.
Weather brings it down again, and this is where that part stops.
Stops coming down, so it simply stays up there instead.
It climbs higher than the rain reaches, and it stays there.
And whatever is up that high is out in the raw sunlight.
Raw sunlight breaks water apart into the pieces it is made of.
Broken into pieces, and pieces are lighter than the whole thing.
The lightest piece is light enough to leave the world entirely.
So the sea does not boil away at all, it leaks away upward.
It leaks, one small piece at a time, for a very long while.
That is a much quieter ending than the one I was picturing.
Quieter and slower, and it arrives long before the loud one.
You have said that twice now without telling me how long.
I gave you the number first on purpose, and it still stands.
Then say the rest because you are holding something back.
Before any of that, something happens that nobody expects.
Something worse, presumably, since that is how tonight is going.
Something better, and it is the newest thing I have to tell you.
Better, as in actual good news, out of a brightening star.
A warmer world greens at its cold ends, where little grows now.
The frozen parts, you mean, that nothing much wants to live in.
Those, and for a long stretch, there is more living room.
So it gets greener before it ever gets impossible.
Greener first, for something close to 1,500 million years.
That is longer than the whole thing I was frightened of before.
It is, and the people who worked that out finished it this year.
This year, so the ink on it is barely dry at all.
Which is exactly why I am careful with the date.
Careful how? Because you have not given me one date yet.
Because the date is the part we are all still arguing about.
Arguing, when you have sounded so certain all evening.
Certain about the brightening, which is as solid as it gets.
Solid because you can point at old stars and at young ones.
Point at them at every age, in every direction, and count.
That part is ink then, drawn firmly and then left alone.
Ink, and I shall not soften it because it needs no softening.
Then which part is the pencil, since you always have one?
The when, and the honest answer is that it is a spread.
A spread means careful people are saying different things.
Some say about 1,000 million years, and others say 2.
That is a very wide gap to be standing in the middle of.
So the answer is not a mark on a line, it is a broad bar.
A bar instead of a mark because nobody can point exactly.
Correct, and each time the work improves, the bar slides later.
Later, so the more they learn, the further away it goes.
That is a strange sort of good news, but it is good news.
So the pencil is you refusing to be cleverer than the evidence.
Just so, and pencil means people are still out there working.
Then put the two endings of our star next to each other.
The quiet one comes first, and the famous one trails far behind.
So the ending everybody was told about is not even next.
Not next, and that is the part nobody ever puts on a poster.
Because a slow leak is harder to draw than a swallowed world.
Harder to picture, and truer, and it comes sooner.
None of this touches anybody who is alive now, though, does it?
Nothing at all. It sits outside every life there will ever be.
Then I'm allowed to find it interesting instead of awful.
You are, and that is the honest thing to feel about it.
Interesting, and a little bit sad, if I am being truthful.
Both are allowed, and there is one more thing worth noticing.
Something about right now rather than about the far end.
Our star is in the steadiest and most generous part of its life.
The good part, and we happen to be standing in the middle of it.
Every warm afternoon, anybody has had sits inside this stretch.
Every single one, and a great many of them are still coming.
Many more indeed, and the light outside that window is proof.
Then that is the first ending, and it is not frightening at all.
Not frightening, only far, which is what the numbers are for.
And the next one, since you never let me go without one.
Next time, something certain to exist that never has, so subscribe and come with us.